The Cyberduck tool provides a file transport interface for the iRODS data grid. Some users find this easier to run than using the iRODS iget command. The Cyberduck tool will need to be installed on your laptop. The software is available at cyberduck.en.softonic.com. The software can be downloaded for free. Cyberduck does ask for a donation to support continued development. The Cyberduck tool can access not only the iRODS data grid, but also FTP sites, WebDAV, Amazon S3, and Dropbox. Multiple editors have been integrated with Cyberduck to enable direct editing of files stored in any of the above systems. The text editors include BBEdit, TextWrangler, and TextMate. The Cyberduck tools have been extensively tested by the iRODS Consortium and by the iPlant Collaborative. A blog discussing the installation of Cyberduck is available at irods.org/post/how-to-cyberduck/pound.vhaaunyf5vg. The installation instructions are available at cyberduck.io. Instructions are provided for both the Mac and Windows operating systems. For the Mac operating system, click Download Cyberduck-4.7.1.zip or a later version. Move the zip file into your application folder, unzip the file. For the Windows operating system, click Download Cyberduck-installer-4.7.1.exe or a later version. Locate the downloaded file and double-click to begin installation. Follow the install process. Cyberduck can be purchased from the Mac Store for the Mac operating system if you so desire. A Cyberduck configuration file has to be installed to connect to the iRODS data grid. The configuration file can be downloaded from the URL shown here. This points to a file stored in the lifetime library under my account name in the directory class-inls624. Click on the downloaded file to configure your username, and in More Options, select for Transfer Files Open Multiple Connections. The configuration file is shown here. This contains the information needed to connect to the lifetime library. When the configuration is properly done, these entries should all be filled in, including the host name, the port, the address, and your username. On a Mac, click on Open Connection, then select LTL Data Grid and enter your username and password. You can then connect to Cyberduck. The display will show a list of files and collections sorted alphabetically. You can change the sort order. The display also lists the size, the last modification date, and the extension on the file. For file manipulation, use the Action pull-down tab to select an operation, or use the File pull-down tab to select the desired operation. The operations that can be performed include Info, list information about the file; Edit with, use a text editor to edit the file; rename the file; download a copy to your laptop; upload a file from your laptop into the data grid; delete a file from the data grid; new folder, create a new collection. You can navigate to any folder. Click on the Cyberduck Go menu and then click on Go to Folder. Enter the full path name of the folder, then click Go. You can also navigate back by using the arrows or the pull-down folder navigation menu. Take 7 minutes to complete exercise 16. Install the Cyberduck client. Try accessing a file using the client. Try loading a file using the client. Please load a screenshot or a paragraph describing the results into the lifetime library in the sub-collection class-INLS624 by the end of today's class. The Odom Institute at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill has the mission of advancing social science teaching and research. Odom participates in the Dataverse project, which provides an archive of social science surveys. Odom also provides reference collections for use by social science researchers, provides analysis tools, provides auditing tools for preservation policies and data management plans, and supports peer review of reference collections. The Dataverse software is an open source web application to share, preserve, explore, and analyze data. The Dataverse software is developed by the Institute for Quantitative Social Science at Harvard University. ODM is a participating member and provides an archive for holding a copy of the Dataverse data. ODM participates in the DataNet Federation Consortium to improve cross-disciplinary data discovery and enable geographically distributed preservation. The Dataverse network links repositories across multiple institutions and relies upon each institution to preserve a copy of the holdings. To ensure integrity, the datasets are replicated onto multiple storage systems, preferably at multiple geographic locations, and across multiple types of storage systems. This minimizes the risk of data loss. ODM is collaborating with DFC with the explicit goal of federating the Dataverse system with the DFC Federation Hub. The goal is to support controlled access to social science data from other disciplines and promote studies of the impact of research on social communities. To do this, interoperability mechanisms had to be developed between Dataverse and IRODS. Currently, these mechanisms build upon the mode-shaped protocol for storage access augmented by policies that govern the interaction. The social science surveys may contain protected information such as PII or personally identifiable information, PCI, payment card industry information, and PHI, protected health information. If a dataset contains protected information, its access must be restricted and the datasets encrypted on storage and encrypted when transferred over the network. Since the Dataverse network includes multiple institutions and projects, there is the potential for inadvertent deposition of protected data. When detected, protected data must be removed from the system. This is complicated by the use of replication to minimize risk of data loss. Archive policies are needed to ensure that datasets can be reloaded into Dataverse, the integrity of datasets in the archive can be verified before reloading, access controls can be enforced on datasets in the archives, and Dataverse naming conventions for files are retained. Policies to implement these requirements have been developed and are published in Chapter 5 of the Policy Examples Workbook. The preservation tasks include staging files between Dataverse and the DFC Federation Hub, checking data for presence of protected data, periodic verification of integrity and the number of replicas, verification of access controls, and generation of reports on usage statistics and collection sizes. Example policies have been implemented in the IRODS rule language. An example of the ODM preservation policies is shown here. This policy sets an inheritance flag on a collection to ensure that all files deposited into the collection inherit the access controls that were set on the collection. This makes it possible to automatically enforce access requirements on files that are archived. The policy is written in the IRODS rule language. The policy sets up input parameters, checks the input, check call input policy function, sets inheritance on the collection, MSI set ACL microservice, and writes output about the action that was performed. Policies that are enforced by the policy-based data management system will be similar to this policy.